Hey, Shalom. First, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopefully the house of David. Let's get into this. This is gonna be about this is gonna be like a land back off my other video. Talking about but this is gonna be like about Israel. Because yesterday's video was about eating other nations. And this one is kind of laying back. How the 1,000-year rulership is gonna be exclusively for Israelites. The 1,000-year rulership is gonna be exclusively for Israelites. I want to get into that, but first I'm gonna maybe touch upon it because, like, after 1,000 years, Esau, the people known as the Edomites, will be done away with. They will be completely eradicated from off of the face of the earth. Then the other nations will be set back in their, lands when they're gonna be settled kings, cause they gonna be following the ways, the customs, the law, statutes, commandments, to the best of their ability of the Israelites, but they're gonna be set back in their land. They're going to be set back in their land. And they're going to have kings, but their king's going to serve us. Their king's going to serve us. Because the kingdom of heaven is going to be a dynasty. A dynasty. A one world government. Because each true kingdom was a dynasty. Like when you think of Babylon. When you think of when you think of Babylon, when you think of these other rulerships, like at one point, Rome had like a strong dominion. The period of Solomon. Like a one world dominion. There has been kingdoms that had that one world dominion. Like Egypt at one point had that one world dominion. Like they had all these other kingdoms. Yes, you had all these other kings, but they paid tributes to the emperor, to the head king. And that's when the heathen is all sent back into their lands. And they all build up their own lands. Their kings, their people will pay tributes to the Israelites. But that first 1,000 years rulership is gonna be an exclusive rulership. And I'm gonna prove that with scriptures. This is what I'm gonna get first. This is Revelation chapter Revelation chapter 21, verse 12. Listen. And this is talking about this is the Revelations. They saying John is saying a vision of the kingdom of heaven. Listen. And had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates, and the gates 12 angels, and names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. So these gates, what? These gates have the 12 tribes of the, names of the 12 tribes. So each tribe is gonna go in by each gate. There's gonna be a separation. You're this tribe, you're of this tribe. So what? The kingdom of heaven is what? Exclusively for Israelites. You're going to have the rulership, because you're going to have other nations in there. Yes, as servants, as slaves, you know. But the rulership is exclusive for those 12 tribes. That's why I want to bring that out. Again, this is Revelation chapter 21, verse 12. And had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates, and at the gates 12 angels, and the names were written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. Let's get one more to prove what I was saying about the 1,000 years of rulership. It's gonna be exclusively for all Israelites. Because again, that just proved it, but still. This is Revelations chapter 20, verse 4. Listen, and I saw thrones, and they that were, I saw thrones. What thrones are? What is the king's? Crap, I forgot how I said. It basically is a king's seat, and that seat holds the highest position. That's what a throne is. A throne is that of a higher position, And I saw thrones, but I also thought thrones goes into what? Rulerships. And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahweh Shai, and for the word of Yahweh, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they live and reign with Hamashiach 1,000 years. Well, they didn't worship this system. They didn't receive the system stamp, which is the micro C help. That digital device, which will be mandatory soon, which you're gonna have to use the buy and sell. These people who rejected them, who's been taught to reject this? Who's been, especially in these times, who's constantly been taught to reject this? The 12 tribes. The 12 tribes are being taught this by what? The prophets of the Lord. Mainly who's teaching this is GMS. Starting from the apostles and elders on down. They're teaching what the 12 tribes. Hey, you the people of the Bible, do not take this. If you take this, you have worshipped the beast. Not only that, you receive this mark, but also worshiping the beast goes into worship and being complicit, being aligned with this Western culture. Because what this Western culture is what? Completely against the will of Yahweh Shem Shai. Because what's the will of Yahweh Shem Shai? The understanding, the law, statutes, and commandments, the customs of the Bible, who upheld these customs? The 12 tribes, the customs of the Bible, And this world is against it. Hell, you can't even watch anything that's even biblical without them sprinkling that Western idolatry in there, like this show called The House of David. I like it, but you can see they keep sprinkling that feminism in there. That feminism is against It's against the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know, it is against Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and they sprinkling in it. So what? They are against this. They are against the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know, that feminism, it goes against what? The order that Yahweh Shem Yahushua has set up. You know, and what? Western culture promotes feminism, which is what? Against the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And if you're for this beast system, if you say you're a feminist, if you try to sprinkle in some feminist stuff into this, what? You worship the beast. You're a real part of the beast. You're complicit with the beast. You know? You're complicit with the beast. You know? But these people, they're going to reject it. Who's been taught to hate, to go against, to hate and go against with this Western culture, the 12 tribes. The 12 tribes. You know? And what? They going to reign with Hamashiach 1,000 years, those that endure into the end. You know? Those that endure into the end. And they lived and reigned with Hamashiach 1,000 years. You hear that? You hear that? So what? That rulership is going to be exclusively for Israelites. Let me get another one. Because I don't want to ramble on one for too long. This is Deuteronomy, chapter 33, verse 8. Listen. Not 8, excuse me. Verse 28, listen. And Israel then shall dwell safely alone. You hear that? Alone. The fountains of Jacob. This is, giving out the blessing stuff. And the fountain of Jacob shall be upon a land of corn and wine. Also his heavens shall drop down dew. Happy art thou, O Israel, who is like unto thee, O people saved by Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the shield of thy help, and who is and who is the sword of thy excellency. And thine enemies shall be found liars unto thee, and thou shalt tread upon their high places. You just give that just get that complete whole read, Just get that complete whole read. But the main point is what? Israel dwelling safely alone. So, and this is time, this is all talking about what? The time of Yahushua. This is talking about the time of Yahushua. That promise that promise that is coming. That promise that is coming, that's that promise that is coming. So what? Safely alone, 1,000 years, that 1,000-year rulership is going to be exclusively for the 12 tribes of Israel. What will the other nations be? They will be in captivity. They will be in captivity. Let me get this. This is Numbers. Chapter 24. We'll start from verse 17 and probably read down to 19. Listen, this is Numbers chapter 24, verse 17. I shall see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not nigh. There shall come a star out of Jacob, and a scepter shall rise out of Israel, and shall smite the corners of Moab, and destroy all the children of Sheth. And Edom shall be a possession. Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies, and Israel shall do valiantly. Out of Jacob shall come he that shall have dominion, and shall destroy him that remaineth of the city. You already know that he is talking about is Yahweh Shai. But in verse 17, this is one of the heathen kings talking about. Said they gonna see Yahweh Shai, but they gonna be looking at him from a distance. You see, all these other heathen nations, they can be looking at him from a distance. They ain't gonna be able to get close. You're on the outside, you see? But guess what? You're on the outside. What it says in Revelations? Measure not the outside, as roughly paraphrasing. Or measure not the courts or the outside, because it's getting to the I'm gonna have to come back to y'all on that, because I can't paraphrase that one right. But yeah, all these other nations, they gonna be servants. They gonna be servants. Israel shall be in dominion, shall be in rulership, and the rest of you servants gonna be subject. The whole world's about to become subject to the Israelites, subjects to Yahweh Shai. You know, first and foremost, all creation is about to be subject to the will of Yahweh Shai, who has come to do the will of his Father, Yahweh. You know? So with that, I hope you was edified. Again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, peace and blessings to the whole elect house of David. Until next time, Yahweh willing, Shalom.